to the meeting yesterday between the Chicago mayor and the president. Can you talk at all about the request that she made of the administration in order to crack down on crime in that city? There was a report that she requested federal support. Did that involve troop presence in any way?
I don't have any summary of the conversation in that regard. I don't know if that's something they've read out from their end. From our end, what the president conveyed to Mayor Lightfoot is that he will continue to work with her in partnership and work with cities around the country to address the rise of violence, and specifically the rise of gun violence, which is predominantly the driver in Chicago. He also reiterated that, as the Department of Justice had announced just a few weeks ago, Chicago is one of the cities that will be a beneficiary of these groups that will go and help directly crack down on combating drug violence and gun violence and gun trafficking, something that we're doing in about half a dozen cities across the country. And he also reiterated his continued efforts at the federal level to crack down on the illegal passing of guns. So there has been a great deal of funding that has been provided already to the city of Chicago, Cook County specifically, and certainly some of that can be used to address crime as well.
How is the DOJ's strike force going to specifically interrupt the networks that are trafficking these guns?
Oh, they're going to work directly with the city. They're doing them, and we're doing these strike forces in about 5 cities around the country, and they want to work directly with them to use legal authorities to crack down on illegal gun trafficking and work in partnership with law enforcement authorities in the cities and add that additional heft and resources.
And lastly, is there any push to fund more efforts to equip police departments? There's the White House position was that Republicans defunded police. Obviously, the Biden administration has talked a lot about the budget proposal for the cops program, but there's been some pressure that the administration hasn't vocally enough talked about this spike in crime.
Well, I would say the president gave an entire speech on it and will continue to speak about what he's doing. A big driver of the rise in crime is gun violence, a personal passion of his for decades. I will say that there are a number of components. I know you referenced the budget, but the president called for a $300 million increase in funding for the COPS program. That's up from $237 million in the last budget passed by President Trump to $537 million. And he also calls for an increase of $753 million over 2021 levels to federal law enforcement agencies. It includes ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. It also includes a $10.2 billion, an increase of $465 million over 2021 enacted for the FBI. Go ahead, Steve.
Back on Haiti just for a second, Jen.
Sure.
Are you in a position